Trump with keeping the economy from falling off a cliff in the wake of the coronavirus shutdown. He thinks any change in leadership, though, affects the rest of us down the line.
I think it affects how people function on a day-to-day basis and how they see the world, how they see their neighbors.
But could it change what we pay for mortgage loans and other borrowed money? David Littlewood, president and CEO of TFNB, Your Bank for Life, calls that unlikely.
There's a lot of perception that the president has a huge role in that facet as far as setting the interest rates. Really, the Fed operates independently.
The Federal Reserve, America's central bank, sets the pace on interest rates. Its open market committee meets several times a year to read the world's economic tea leaves and set rates that keep America competitive and a world leader. Economists say protections built into law buffer the Fed from too much political influence.
Historically, presidential elections have not made a great deal of difference in the economy. We've studied it over the years, other people have, and basically over the last 50 or 60 years or so, there's been a slightly higher overall economic growth rate during Democratic administrations.
He says other, much bigger forces have much more influence over what we pay for the money we borrow.
There are a lot of big global forces taking place all the time, shifts in demographics and trade patterns and cost patterns and technology and those kinds of things that really drive the economy a lot more than who's in power. So it's certainly something we pay attention to.
So the talk that a Biden administration will trigger a round of inflation that will drive interest rates higher seems unlikely, unless, and experts call this a long shot, the economy recovers too quickly and we all run out and buy houses at the same time. So what about the talk? Even the bank president calls it just so much hype.
The people who are saying that in the way you just stated it, they're sales folks who are trying to drive business and to build volume to have a good month and a good year.
So while we watch the transition in Washington, experts tell us it's unlikely to have any more than a subtle effect, as the Federal Reserve has charge of the nation's monetary policy. Sam Johnson says that doesn't mean that other things, though, might change.
If we see these big government trends continue, then I think it's definitely going to affect how we see and interact with one another.
He just hopes it's more civil and productive than what happened in the days leading up to the inauguration. In Woodway, Dennis Turner, 25 News.